It's James Father's Rights and Resources. Hashtag how I got custody. You guys got to look at this YouTube video from this YouTube channel, Command the Courtroom. I don't know what the lady's page is about. It looks like maybe she deals with family law stuff. But the lady from Command the Courtroom, she's interviewing a lawyer, and the lawyer is talking about dealing with narcissists, negotiating with them, and basically saying you can't negotiate with them. You have to play hardball and play the game. This is exactly what I'm telling people all the time when I tell guys to grow some balls and be willing to fight. The lawyer even says, like about 5 or 6 minutes into the video, if you say, oh, I don't want to fight, and you're playing nice, basically, the other side is being vicious and they want to manipulate or trick or play, engage in gamesmanship to try and fool you or sucker you. And she's saying it in a real nice way. And I'm saying, why the hell would you want to sabotage your own case with your life with your kids when the answer is getting on the offensive? And she's talking about playing the game and playing hardball and the art of war and the war of attrition. And basically, she's talks about how narcissists, they'll file, motions for all the petty little things and just pile it on and wear you down. This is the stuff I've been talking about. So maybe you guys will listen, since it's a nice lady, a relatively pretty lady talking on YouTube on a legitimate channel that has, more followers than me. I think the lady has 30,000 followers or something like that, or maybe the video had 30,000 views. But you guys don't like hearing my tone when I say, wake the hell up, the house is on fire, this is war, go rescue your kids. And the only thing that works is guys getting on the offensive, and it's worked for thousands of my clients. But you guys still don't want to believe me because you want to just wish it away because you've been beat down by a narcissist and you got PTSD from your narcissist. When I went to court, I was shocked. I was scared. I didn't know what to do, but I knew that my daughter was getting taken away from me. When somebody kidnaps your child, if it's a total stranger kidnapping your child, do you need to figure out the psychological profile of a kidnapper or figure out how to negotiate with a kidnapper? Or you just get off your rear and start hunting, scouring all over town looking for your kid? You have a sense of urgency and you go do it. But when it's the mother doing the kidnapping, then we bow down and we settle down. It's the most insane. It causes you to want to beat your head against the wall. It's like I have proof and it's right in front of your eyes. My winning court orders are in my flow page. All you got to do is click. What worked for me has worked for thousands of people. There's all kinds of testimonials in the comments. You could do your own research and find out that I know what I'm talking about. And I prove it to you by showing my winning orders. You're spending tens of thousands of dollars with attorneys and losing over and over. This is the only thing in the entire world where guys will spend thousands of dollars on something that doesn't work. Like, would you go buy a car that doesn't start? Or it dies on you, and then you go return it to the lot, or you demand your money back, or you sue them under a lemon law or something like that. But you don't do it in family law. So watch the video. I put the link below my YouTube video. The cover of the YouTube video shows, a frame from this video on Command the Courtroom. But the lawyer is basically saying, you're dealing with a sociopathic, evil, demonic, psychotic weirdo. Why would you try and negotiate with them? I mean, again, she's saying the same exact thing that I said, but she's saying it really nice because she makes a whole bunch of money doing it, and it's no big loss to her, and she's probably not as passionate as I am about fixing all this stuff because I'm one of the, she's a lawyer making money off of people dealing with this stuff. She doesn't have to deal with her own case. And I'm sitting here telling my freaking gender, my gender has groups all across the country. Dad Talk Today, the Father's Rights Movement. Ulysses Butch Slaughter has viral videos on TikTok talking about we need reform, we need to fix this. He tells me that I'm doing stuff behind the scenes you don't know anything about. If you're doing stuff behind the scenes, tell us what it is. You're going to catch the enemy by surprise? Women have been punking men for 60 years in family court. You're going to come up with something new? You're the Martin Luther King of family court? You guys all sound the same. See, if my gender would just not, one, grow some balls, two, grow some brains, or, a form of common sense, all they need is a little bit of balls and a little bit of brains. Like I said, some of this stuff, my sister with Down syndrome can figure this stuff out. Or she'll do stuff like I got people like, there's a dad on TikTok. He put a comment on my TikTok. I need help. So I'm just going to read his comment and go hunt him down and DM him. I don't think I can even DM him. Some of these guys, I can't DM them. So you want me to go hunt you down? Here I am with the answer. And your punk ass, sissy, coward, little, fruity, little, feminine, little, I don't want to lift a finger, welfare mentality has you sitting there saying, help me. You come across the answers. When I came across the guy who made the most sense to me, you know what I did? I was at a meeting at a community center, and Dads Against Discrimination had one meeting a month. I found out about it, and in the midst of calling with attorneys, like a lot of you punk sissy cowards, as soon as attorney, you hire an attorney, they say, well, you won't get it anything but every other weekend. You'll go, oh, okay, whatever you say, I guess it doesn't make sense to me, but I don't got any balls to stand up for myself, even for somebody who makes $400 an hour with me. If you have a plumber or electrician fix something in your home and it doesn't work the next day, you'd call them up and chew them out. But when it comes to an attorney, you pay them 5, 10, 20 times as much. And the attorney says, look, this is the way we do it. And you go, oh, okay. Some little punk who grew up with a golden spoon, went to law school, comes out of law school, doesn't know anything about family law, goes to a law firm and they say, this is how we do it. We just bow down to the judge. We don't fight. We go along to get along. We follow the system. We respect the mafia and the court system. We're not going to stand up for anybody's rights. And then you sit there and follow it like a good little dumb sheep. It's insane. And I'm trying to wake the people the hell up. I'm like trying to be Paul Revere screaming, the British are coming. I'm like, they're coming for your kids. This is the way to answer. Get ready. Take up arms. Put up a fight. Everybody just wants to just snooze through their custody case. And then after I got countless people, if I had $1 for everybody who called me up after watching my videos for years, I've been on YouTube for several years. I've had a website. I've had a few different websites. I got one now that's total garbage. The guy's ripped me off and screwed me over, and it's crappy. That's why I tell people to go to my flow page. My gender can't even click a mouse once or twice. I have people who DM me, hey, I want to schedule a consult with you. And, I don't answer them. And for a few days, like, hey, you're not getting back to me. Hey, stupid, my information is in the link in the bio. Just like any other Instagram page, any other page, you're just going to DM somebody and I'm just supposed to be just checking every DM and there's the answer right there. Like if you see, a doctor on there for cosmetic surgery or a dentist for, dental implants, you got a tooth missing, the first thing everybody does is go to the bio and click on the link that they have for their website or their contact information. Not my gender. My gender just, they see my videos and then they, instead of, like, it's in the same spot where they say, DM or message somebody, there's a button that says contact information. On Instagram, there's a button that says contact. And you don't press that button. You send a DM. Hey, I want to know what's going on. What's your rates and how do you operate or whatever. And it's right there in the information. And I tell people over and over, look at my flow page. It's just getting so aggravating. This is why people don't stick in the father's rights movement, because my gender whines, cries, and pisses and moans all day long about the system, but nobody's doing a damn thing about it. And 100% of guys just say, oh yeah, man, when I'm done with my custody fight, I'm going to come help you fight and protest and do all this other stuff, and they disappear forever. I had my baby's mom, her attorney, he accidentally sent me something from another case. And I called up that guy. I said, hey, did you know the guy's name is Don Farrell? My baby's mom's attorney was Don Farrell. Psychotic, evil, sociopath, narcissist. He used to abuse his own women clients. So I called this guy. I said, hey, your attorney's Don Farrell. Yeah. He sent me some stuff from your case. That mother effort, blah, blah, blah. I told him to resign from my case. And I'm like, why don't you just fire him? Well, I told him to withdraw, and then he stuck on and hung out, and then he went to a court hearing, and I lost, and then he stuck me with the bill, and he said, here, now I resign. I'm like, why don't you file a bar complaint? Oh, I will. And I'm like, listen, he's working hard on my case. He's spending all his time on my case, and he's ignoring you? Or he was ignoring him at the time, and then we followed up, and later he told me he finally withdrew and said, here, I withdraw. Like the guy lost the case on purpose and then gave him a bill and said, here, I withdraw. But he wouldn't answer his calls or get a hold of him or anything like that. So that guy said, yeah, well, my case is over. I'm going to file a bar complaint against him, and I'll talk to you, and I'll do this and that. And then he just didn't want to do it. Could have got the guy disbarred. And, this guy terrorized his own women clients. He called an Asian attorney a racial slur. He harassed all kinds of attorneys. I saw an attorney in a courtroom one time. I said, hey, are you fighting that other attorney over there? He's the only guy over. He said, yeah, he's crazy. I said, do you know where he lives? He goes, no. He gives me a P.O. box and I don't know how to serve him. I said, here's his address, just so you know. He goes, thanks so much. And then that attorney called me up later and said, yeah, we won the hearing. Thanks for the address and everything. And then so I wrote him later. And I said, I'm finding out these antics he has against his women clients. You're an attorney. Why don't you complain about him? You told me he was crazy too. He goes, I wish I could help you. I just can't. Friggin' punk little sissy cowards. So the attorneys are even afraid of these aggressive attorneys. I talked to a guy the other day. He said, my attorney says he's never dealt with an opposing attorney like this, and he can't do this and he can't do that. Because all the attorneys want it easy. Everybody wants it easy, and you're fighting for the life of your kids. You just don't care about your kids enough. You could do this by yourself without a lawyer. And everybody's so hesitant and delays. They message me and why do I just need some reassurance? Can you help me? Can you help me win? What's going to happen? I said, it's all on you, whether you want to fight. And then, if you don't have a radical feminist man-hating judge who got molested by her dad, then you got a shot or whatever. But I'm not going to predict anything. And people want reassurance and want to talk to me and text back and text this and DM me and all this other stuff. And then they never follow through. Or somebody wants to text me 40 different times and send me stuff and talk about their case. And I'm like, you got to get a consult with me. Nobody wants to be decisive and just do something. It's really the 1%. I'm just, everybody's got comments to say on my TikTok and on my YouTube. Here's some legal case law about this, and here's this and that. Somebody who's never won in court wants to cite all the rights that people have. And I'm sitting there helping people actually win and actually get their kid. You can have all these lofty pieces of case law and all these lofty goals. I'm sure there are people like Martin Luther King and Malcolm X decades before, but they got slapped down. What they were saying was true about rights for black people, but America wasn't ready to hear it, and the people in charge weren't going to help and weren't going to change anything. So the powers that be were against them. Here I am with answers about how to fight the powers that be in court, and everybody wants to do something else. You don't want to listen. You don't care. But anyway, this lady is saying exactly what I said. So maybe some of you little limp-wristed, little sissy cowards who hate the way that James talks, maybe you'll listen to her. So click the link below. Watch that video. She's saying the exact same thing I say, but with the delivery is more professional and it's nice, and she's an esquire or an attorney, so she sounds more legit. And half of you guys are like women. You'll get bamboozled by a used car salesman because they have a nice suit and tie on, or they slick talk, or they sound all professional, but really they're a weasel. And I just come out with it and tell you what the real deal is. And people don't like hearing that because it's too harsh. Well, if somebody was talking about war, that's harsh too. Anyway, go check the video. You'll see the same thing that I've been talking about just in that way.